Welcome everybody. We're going to begin our Relax and Restore Yoga today. And I know we all really need this practice. And so this is a practice where we can just really settle in. We can just calm ourselves. So go ahead and just begin by grabbing some props. I like to use 2 firm yoga blankets and a meditation cushion. And then if you have a strap, you're going to use your yoga strap. Grab that, as well as 2 yoga blocks. I'm going to start some music here. If you can't hear my music, that's okay. Just start some relaxing music. This one is one called David and Steve Gordon. They're some really great artists I just love. And this is called Sacred Spirit Drums. So we're going to have kind of a shamanic undertone to this class today to really ground into the earth. Grab yourself something to drink, a cup of tea. I have my Ayurvedic chai here today. And go ahead and sit on your cushion or your pillow. We're going to relax our shoulders. And just begin to settle into your mat. Just kind of wiggle side to side. Relax your tailbone down and soften into the earth. Make sure you're hydrated coming into your practice and your room is warm. You do not want to really do yoga in a heavily air-conditioned space. Just find your natural breath. You want to put your hair back, get your hair out of your way. You can do that. Just take your opportunity just to let go with whatever you need to let go of from the weekend, from this past week, from this past season. And just find yourself settled. And just kind of wiggle back and forth and settle in. Begin to focus on your breath, in and out through your nose. Without really shaping or shifting your breath today, just simply observe it. Don't let it be a point of judgment. Just let your breath be. In and out through the nose, good. I'm going to come and just check your video and see how you're doing in your sitting practice. So, hey y'all. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Very beautiful. So just finding yourself just relaxed and just calmed. I know it doesn't happen instantly, especially if you had a stressful weekend. So we're going to just be here for a little bit. You can be in simple seated where your legs are crossed, crisscross, or you can be in Siddhasana where your legs are dropped more open like mine are, where the ankles are not crossed. You can also practice a half lotus where you take your ankle and dorsiflex the foot and bring it onto your femur. Or you can bring your other foot up onto your other femur into your full lotus. If none of those seated postures are comfortable or if you feel antsy, a lot of times Dandasana, staff pose, is an excellent posture here for seated meditation. And actually that feels really good for me today. So I'm going to just sit here and just settle in. I'm going to take my hands next to my body and support my body. If you can turn your hands to face down, taking a mudra, your index finger, middle, ring, or pinky to thumb, and turn your palm down for grounding. You have the different elements associated with the different fingers. So you have the opportunity to check in with some of your mudras if you're familiar with that. Just begin breathing in and out through the nose. Long, deep, full breaths here. Feel free to support your posture with extra cushions. Let your tailbone descend back and down a little bit. Still using your core strength, but not fully engaged. Try to relax a little bit more into your posture. Go ahead and come into easy seated. Crisscross the legs. Open the shoulders. We're going to just go through a cooling breath. So this is a really good breath if you get any kind of anxiety, if you get hot or angry, and it's called Sitali. And so Sitali breath is really an interesting breath. Now there's two ways to do it because genetically, some people might not be able to roll their tongue. So I'm going to come up there a little closer. So Sitali is when you just do this. You're curling your tongue. So some people just can't curl the tongue. And if you can't, you can just make your mouth like you're sipping through a straw. And you're going to draw the air out through your nose and then in through your mouth as if you're drawing water in through a drinking straw. So you're going to exhale, and then you're going to inhale, either, which is really helpful, or if you can't do that with your tongue, just make a sipping. And you're going to draw the air through your tongue, and it cools it. It's really, really relaxing. So let's try that for about 10 cycles. You don't need to count, just breathe. Exhale, and then your little tongue all the way to the top of your breath. Keep going. And then exhale, and then drawing it in through your tongue. You continue this. Don't rush. There's no rush. No place to be right now. Just be here and breathe. Try to lengthen your exhales and your inhales. Here, we're about only halfway done, so just settle in. Don't rush through it. Bring in that element of air. Feel yourself calming and cooling. A couple more cycles. You're almost finished with your Sitali breath. Drawing it in like a cool drink of water. One more nice big breath. Exhale to the nose. Lips are closed. Inhale all the way. And exhale and relax. Nice. We're going to come into wide-legged straddle. Take a moment to grab a drink. You're going to separate the legs out wide. Get your strap where it's close to you because you're going to need it here in a minute. And then drop your legs out all the way as far wide as you can. Dorsiflexion, so pulling the heels up and pushing through the heels, toes to the sky. And just kind of settle here back and forth. Find yourself on both sits bones. You might want to move the flesh out from underneath your sits bones a little bit, just so your bones can ground a little bit more. Again, dorsiflexion. So breathing here. Take all of your props and move them to the front. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. If you have blocks, you can use those to rest your head. You can put a block out here if you need it later. So again, kind of pull your hips open and back, and then lift up nice and tall. Big breath in. We're going to walk our hands forward and just gently walk down. Now you might be like, ooh, okay, I'm good. That might be where you sit, and that's totally fine. Bring your props in closer. You can even roll them up to make them thicker and stack them up so you can lean over those props. And you might just stay right there for right now. Let your head go ahead and drop out. So you can drop yourself up high, or you can continue to drop down lower. Again, there's no goal, so there's no forcing, there's no rushing. We're going to be here for a little bit. So start out as high as possible so your body is fully supported, okay? And then let yourself drop low. Let your head drop out. Again, keeping that dorsiflexion is going to keep that the fascia on your body really stretching, because from the very base of your ball of your foot all the way around the back side of your legs and around the back side of your body, it connects here, right at the forehead. So the fascia is one giant spider web of tissue, connective tissue, but it's also an energetic connection. So let yourself drop out. If you have your block, you can take your block and just rest your head. Just breathe here. And what I want you to notice is where you're holding your breath. So for those of us that might have been carrying a lot for other people, you breathe in and you're like, oof, and then you just run away from it. And that's really our natural human reaction. You stay there. I'm going to sit up and talk to you. So as you breathe in, you might feel this space where you're like, okay, I'm going to stop breathing, and then I'm going to exhale. So that happens a lot of times because you're breathing into that space where those shadows lie, where that emotional trauma might be stored. And so if you're ready to let that go, try to notice where you breathe and the breath hinges, and try to breathe into it versus running away from it. It's a very different intention, and it's really intense. So just come to the space where you're at your edge, but not going past it and not forcing. It's just flowing, okay? You can take lots more props, so if you need to pop up and grab some more props and come back in, get some more pillows off your couch, get a big bolster, one of those long pillows from your bed, whatever you need here to be fully supported, because you do not want any space between your body and the ground that's not filled with blankets and pillows, okay? Because that's how you begin to surrender. And so we're just softening and flowing. Just let yourself melt out. Just gonna breathe here. Long, deep, full breath. Flex your toes. That's the only thing that's active is your flexed toes. Everything else is just totally relaxed. You need to breathe all the way up into those spaces that might feel stuck. You're doing a great job. Very nice. You need to lift back out and come back in, do that. Or you can continue to deepen if you're feeling soft. Beautiful. Nice. When you're dorsiflexing through the toes, now I'm sitting up, but you're still in your posture, right? You're still forward folding. When your toes are pulled back, then that allows space for the energy to just release out through the bottoms of your foot chakras. So you're going to continue just to release that energy out as you soften. Good. Keep those feet flexed, allow the energy to flow out and down into the earth. We're going to be here just a couple more breaths. You're doing great. Slowly take your hands and walk up into Prasarita seated, wide-legged. Konasana, wide-legged angle. There's lots of different ways you can say things in Sanskrit to explain the shape of your body. And they're all right. They're all correct. So we're going to move our stuff. What I'd like you to do is grab your strap. We're going to make a loop in your strap. So if you have a yoga strap, you're going to take the plastic or the metal loop and you're going to feed the strap through it and make the loop big enough for your foot. Okay? We're going to bend our left leg in, turn and face your right leg. So now my heart center is facing my big toe. Pull your right hip bone back a little bit and turn your left hip bone forward. So now you're forward facing toward that foot. We're going to wrap the strap around our foot. You might need to bend your leg to do that. And go ahead and tighten it up so that it actually stays on the ball of your foot. It's not going to slide down to your instep. There's a lot of really sensitive neural pathways and meridians on the bottom of your foot. So that's why you want to kind of stay on the bone here when you're pulling and using it as a tool. So again, turn your heart center to face your big toes. Now we're going to grab our props again. You might not need as many, but you can start with several. Taking your cushion, taking your blanket, and maybe your second blanket, or maybe another pillow. And we're just stacking everything up. Obviously, you can tell we're going to be forward folding. And so we're moving into head to knee pose. Janu Shirshasana. So head to knee posture. And we're going to just walk hand over hand, drawing our strap toward our heart center. So the palms are up because we're not reaching over and curling our body. We're trying to fold instead from an L into a V. Once you get there, just relax your chin or your forehead. Adjust where your props are and then just settle down. I'm just going to breathe here. You can turn your head to the side for a few breaths and then you can switch if that feels good. Let yourself just settle. Keeping the foot in dorsiflexion just by gently tugging on the strap. You can activate the toes if you'd like to advance your practice a little bit and create some space between your toes. Your head was turned, you can switch. And we're gently going to come back up. Move our props. Grab the strap. Come into butterfly. Take a moment, just flap your little butterfly wings. And breathe. And then we're going to go into head to knee pose, other way. And we're going to grab our strap. Buckle's going to go to the outside ankle side of the foot, but again, only over the bone, and tighten it up. Take the tail into your strap and move it out of the way. And just grab your little pile of props. Now, turn your left hip bone back and walk your right sit bone forward. So your sit bone on both the left and the right side are connected to the ground. Make sure you're not tilted. And if you have any flesh there that's in the way, just take your hand and move it. Now you're going to, again, dorsiflex, pull the toes back towards you. And then grab your strap. And then begin to walk down, down. Make sure you're not smashing your toes. And then once you get there, rest. You can adjust where your props are, so you have room for your belly. And then if you can just turn your head to the side. Or you can just keep your chin facing forward, or just tuck your knee, your head towards your knee. If you want to advance your practice, try to create some space between your toes as you activate your foot. How you're doing great. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me for our practice together. It really means so much to join you on Monday mornings especially. It's a really great way to start our week. And then anytime you catch this, it's just great to connect with you via live video. It's really heartwarming for me to keep our tribe alive by having these live streams. When you're ready, go ahead and turn your head if you've turned it. If not, you can deepen by lifting up and then drawing a little bit deeper. So big breath in, and let's take a sigh. Breath in and out through the mouth, making some noise. Ah. Go ahead and walk with the hands back up. Now we know you can pop back up, but that's not what we're asking. We're asking you to walk back up because it's much gentler. Move your props up to the middle. You're going to come into butterfly, so go ahead and turn to face the middle. And we're going to make the strap a little bit bigger so we can put it around both of our feet. So just like that, you're slipping it over your feet. And you're putting your feet together like a little book. And then we're taking our props and stacking them onto our feet. And then we're just going to fold forward. Now there might be a space where your head is just dangling. Don't let your head just dangle. You really want to support your cervical spine. It's super important. And so grab your block and maybe scoot your feet a little further away from your pelvis and give yourself some more space. Rocking from side to side, and then rest your head on your block. Let your arms relax. If you'd like to deepen, you're going to slide your props out a little further, or maybe take some props away and move them out. And then you can begin to soften down a little further, turning your block still to support your head. Slowly come back up. Let's go ahead and take our feet out wide. And come back to your wide-legged straddle for a moment. Close dorsiflexion. Come into staff. Breathing here. Moving your hands next to your body to support your staff pose. You're going to lean back. We're going to come into knees to chest. Moving your hair out of the way if you had put it up earlier. And just gently rock. And then the other way. And gently rock. And switch. Then grab behind the back of your knees and let your knees drop open. We're going to move the knees in opposite circles. Guiding with your hands. Try not to let your legs do the moving, but use your arms and just find the range of motion that you can reach with your hips without forcing. Breathe with your circles. And we're going to switch. We'll do one more. Go ahead and grab our strap. And we're going to make the loop big enough for both of our feet again. Placing it around the bones of the ball of the foot. And we're going to come into legs of the wall, straight up. Now let your arms relax. So still keep that tension on your strap, but you're not reaching. You're letting yourself drop down where your elbows are relaxing by your sides. If you want, you can wrap your strap around your hand so you don't have to hold on so tightly. But I prefer for you to still use both hands, because what happens is if you let one arm drop out, your legs start moving over to the side. So you can check yourself with the wall or with a mirror and see if you're at 90 degrees. What you're doing is you're making an L shape again. And in this space, you are creating space for all of the stuff that you carry in your hamstrings, any emotional storage, any energy there, anything in your quads, your glutes. And what we would like to do is ask Mother Earth just to take that from our body and release it back into her and transmute it into something beautiful. So just let yourself melt into the mat. Breathe. Make sure you're not smashing your feet together. And if you can advance your practice, you can spread out your toes. Breathe. See where you can soften. Shoulders, behind the tailbone, belly. Still keep those legs active. Press out to the sky. You're doing a great job. Keep breathing. Good. Very nice. So by using a strap here, it's really important to support your body. You're not holding with your core. You're releasing and letting it go. See if you can energize through your heels and let any bit of that that's left release down into the earth, through your backside. Let's hug our knees into our chest, please. Come into butterfly. Let the knees drop open and just gently, just kind of rock side to side. Then we're going to lower down and grab your props so we can support those hips. I like to fold the blankets again so they're kind of in a little roll. And that really helps to give your hips full support. Go ahead and just toss the strap off down toward the bottom of the mat. You can take that off your feet if you want to, or you can just leave it there, but just taking it where it's not dangling over your body. We're going to take and make yoni mudra. So I'm going to come out of my posture. I'm going to look and see where you are. And also I'm going to show you this mudra. Stay there. So yes, looks good. So some of you I can't see because your camera is like adjusted the other way, but that's okay. So yoni mudra, we're going to take and we're going to make a, you're going to touch all 5 fingers, and then you're going to take, you're going to bend the middle fingers in. So the nails of your middle fingertips are touching. So all the other fingers are touching with the tips, and then the middle fingertip is touching with the knuckles and the nails. Okay, so that's yoni mudra. We're going to set that mudra right here on our sacral chakra. And this is the mudra here for really tapping into our creativity, our creative side, is what I'm trying to say. And it's also a space where we allow the energy to flow like water. So think about the waters in the womb when we were a baby, and we were just floating around like a careless little baby, and just allowing that space of floating and flowing right now in your life. This is a space of just letting go. The only thing you're attached to is your mother, and that's right now, instead of through the umbilical cord, is through gravity. And we are allowing ourselves to tap in. Good. Breathe deeply. And then continue to soften the elbows out, soften the shoulders out. Adjust where your mudra might be sitting, just so you can let the shoulder blades relax. At the back of your head relax. Slightly tighten the pelvic floor muscles to engage root lock, just enough to keep the energy contained within your body. And then press down with the back of your head. Lift your shoulders and then relax a little bit more. See where you can relax something else. Maybe focus on your glutes or your hips. Just notice where you feel like you're holding and start to soften it a little bit more. Now let's hug our knees into our chest, coming on the tippy toes, and then hug it in. We're going to massage in little circles again. And switch. And the other way. Just briefly come back into legs up the wall. Just bringing that awareness to whatever you're letting go of. Then come back into butterfly, holding the ankles. Have our knees into our chest and extend the right leg. All the way down and let it drop. You're going to hug that left knee in. Go ahead and adjust where your props are and take more props. So you're going to layer your props out to the side. We're going to hug the knee in and we're going to roll over and set that knee right there onto the blankets or the props. And then let your arms drop up. And now on the left side, you're going to take a pillow and bring it underneath the bicep and tricep. So you're supporting your arm as well. And just kind of adjust where your props are so that your leg can fully relax. You're going to press down with the head and lift the shoulders, opening the shoulders a little bit more. And then look out toward the back side, away from your leg that's crossed over. Let your hand rest on a block. And just take deep, full breath. In and out through the nose. Big breath in and out. Exhale everything out. Come back to center. Hug it in, knees to chest. Gently rock. We're going to switch. Right leg extends. Excuse me, left leg extends. And move your props out to the opposite sides. We're going to roll over to our side. And let the arms drop out. Again, you can take a prop so your hand is also supported as well as your shoulder. And just press down with the back of your head. Open the shoulders a bit more. Roll the palms open. Adjust where your props are so your crease of your knee and your calf and your hip are supported. And just breathe. Let yourself soften and relax. Deep full breath in through the nose, all the way to the top of your breath. And exhale it out. Breathing all the way in. Release it out. Big breath, last one here. Take a side. Dip your toe in, knees to chest. Centering yourself and then hug it in. And just rock. And the other way. You can relax into several different postures to end your practice. You want to roll onto your side, you can come into baby pose and just tuck your prop between your knees. You can rest on a pillow, a blanket, or on your bottom arm. You're going to use your top hand to support your body so that your shoulder girdle is supported as well. So this posture here, you're going to just line up your hips one on top of the other, shoulders one on top of the other, so that it really supports your low back and your sacrum. Just let yourself relax. Another option is just to come back into your butterfly and bring your props underneath your hips and in the outer creases of your knee. Palms can drop open, or you can make your yoni mudra again. or just a downward facing triangle, resting that on your body. Or you can come into full corpse pose, relaxing your body out and just pushing the props and stuff out so it's not touching you. And then you can completely rest. So any of those postures, if you want to come into a seated posture, you can do that. And find seated meditation. So wherever you want to be here for these last few moments of our practice, I invite you to ground yourself down into the earth. Take a moment to honor yourself. Take a moment to tap in and thank your angels and your guides. Tapping into your source, your mother, our earth. Find yourself just dropping in. Letting go. Just softening. Breathing in and out through the nose. Allow yourself to be in this tranquil space, completely supported by your mother, Mother Earth, our divine mother planet. Breathing deep breath in and out through the nose. Feel the support from gravity. Being cradled by our mother. Held so we don't fly off into the universe, into the galaxy. We stay put right here on our planet where we chose to be for this 100 or so years. Utilize this opportunity to give thanks and gratitude for our earth. And just asking her to take whatever isn't yours and just release it back, to transmute it into something beautiful. Release. You can stay here as long as you'd like. Pause this video. Or you can come into a space of coming out of your meditation slowly by just gently bringing awareness back to your body. Feeling where your body's laying on the earth or resting on the earth or touching the earth. Bring your awareness to your breath. Wiggle the fingertips. Move the toes. If you are not already in a baby pose on your side, turn to your side. Or if you're seated, just stay there. And gently make your way into seated, meeting in the place that you started your practice. Feel your belly rise and fall. Feel your chest rise and fall. Bring both hands over the heart, palms facing the body. Feel our heart center as our guide, and letting our eyes be as if they're seeing through the heart. Using our heart as a filter as we view the world. And protecting our heart center and protecting our energy field. Drawing in from Mother Earth, take your hands down to the planet. Drawing through any building you might be sitting in, deep into the places where the building is attached, down into the earth. And then tap deep, deep down into the bedrock, and down into the sacred waters, all the way down into the red hot and golden magma in the center of our planet. And from that space, draw energy up into your body, into your hands, and take that and draw it up, around, lifting our arms overhead, and just clapping at the top, sealing off our energy field. And then just take the palms out and create a little barrier on the inside of our energy field, and just kind of smoothing this whole bubble around our being, around our whole entire energy body. As far and as wide as our energy reaches, we are protecting this space. You can line it with whatever you want. Rabbit fur, leaves, cotton candy, anything soft and fluffy like down, and just smoothing out the whole entire energy bubble until it feels like not only does it have a hard protective crust around it, but it has a soft lining. And then pulling again from Mother Earth, fill up that whole entire energy bubble with love and light energy from our planet, drawing it up, just like we did that Sitali breath when we started, making that little cooling breath with your tongue. And then exhale out to the nose. So doing your Sitali breath and pulling energy up from our planet into our energy bubble. Beautiful, love, light, healing energy from our Mother Earth. Using your Sitali. Do 4 more. If you can't curl your tongue again, like I mentioned in the beginning, you can just sit with your lips, making your lips really tiny, tiny little space. Up the nose. And now seal up your energy field at the bottom. No one can come into this energy space without your permission. So be very careful on what you say yes to. It's okay to say no, energetically, or even just with an actual no. It's okay. You have to hold space for yourself right now, for your own healing and your own growth. And that is A1 most important. And from that space, as I always say, you fill up your cup and you do not give from your cup because your cup will become dry. You give from your saucer, all that beauty and that excess that's just overflowing and radiating out naturally from you. This is the place from which you give. So making that commitment to yourself just to say no and practice really strong, healthy boundaries. Bring our hands to our heart center into an Anjali Mudra, honoring the light within ourselves, honoring the light within each other, and honoring that light within each and every living sentient being. We see that glimmer and glimpse of their soul within that glint in their eye. We can honor it with the beauty in the flowers. We can honor it with the tiny baby seedling perking out of the ground. And we see that we are all one. So bringing ourselves into that space of oneness, I invite you to use your full voice, your belly voice. And don't be shy. I don't care if your family thinks you're crazy. They probably do anyway. So go ahead and do your own with me. We're going to do 3. Full voice. Make that commitment to just really use your entire energy field to really tap into this sacred sound, your whole sound. Are you ready? Big breath in. Let that sound resonate. Maybe 2 more. Turn off this music. Big breath in. One more big, huge breath. Inhale. We're going to end with 3 shantis. The last shanti has a little reflection in the last he as a mirror. Big breath in. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. I always love seeing you. We're going to stop the recording here.